Hello, welcome to Sunny's Yoga. Welcome to an energy-filled vinyasa to get us going. Yay! Join me at the back of the mat. Feet are hip distance apart. Arms go above head. Relax your shoulders. Arms a little bit wider than your shoulders. Allow them to come down into Tandasana. Palms facing the front of the mat, looking just past your dristi. Lift your yogi toes up and yogi toes down. Arms come above your head. Reach out of your hips and roll down. Forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Let your arms dangle. Let your lower back release. Slight bend of your knees, nothing wrong with that. I'm going to do bear, and that is putting your hands palm up underneath of your feet and gently using your toes to massage the palm of your hand. Sounds weird, I know, but boy, do you feel wonderful after. So try it. This is balance. It will be a challenge. Hands come for halfway lift. Breathe. Any type of balance is going to be a challenge. Deep forward fold. Come down upon my knees to come up into half camel. My hands are going, the palm of my hands are right at my lower back, right below my lower back. And I'm just going to allow my head to drop. It's not about the end of where my head drops. It's about the journey of getting there. Elbows are going towards each other, opening my chest. Feet are flat. Gently rolling up. Use your dristi. Come down into traditional balasana, child's pose. Head down, arms, just let your arms fall towards the mat, especially your shoulders, rounding out your back. Palms facing up and relax. Gently roll up. Look past your dristi. Take a moment. Come up into kneeling. Hands come up, and we're going to bind your hands together and gently pull away from your body. Hands stay together. Look past your dristi, and for an extra challenge of release, I am going to let my head drop and then go into rabbit. My hands are still joined and going up towards the ceiling. I'm going to rock slowly back and forth. Back and forth. It is my shoulders that are rolling. My head stays in position. So does the lower half of my body. It is my shoulders, my arms that I'm trying to get more open. I'm trying to feel more relaxed and open and energized. Roll yourself up back into kneeling. Take a pause as you look past your dristi, hands upon your thighs. Walk yourself out. Come up, pike your hips into downward facing dog. Adha Mukha Shavasana. Come up on the toes and then go ahead and drop your feet over to the right. Keep the top part of your body even. Come up on your toes again and drop your feet towards the left. This is great for the outer hips. Great for the outer hips. Breathe. Come back to center. Now, deeply bend your knees, go up on your toes, and have the top half go towards the bottom. Yes, this is a modified downward facing dog, and it is lovely. I'm going to roll my toes down. I'm going to hover, gently come all the way down, eventually letting my feet relax, roll onto my belly, adjust my mat just a little bit, and come down into, this is the reverse of Shavasana. It's a tummy Shavasana. My forehead is resting upon the top of my hands. My hands are laying on top of each other. I'm going to slowly come up for Sphinx. Elbows are aligned with my shoulders, and I'm looking past my dristi, no cricking my neck back. Slowly coming back down into tummy Shavasana. Switch the position of my hands. My feet are rolled open towards the corner of my mat. And I breathe the nice belly breaths, slowly rolling back up into Sphinx. With Sphinx, I make sure that my legs are active. I'm actively pressing all of my leg towards the mat. I'm going to slowly walk up into extended puppy. Breathe. My chin is on the mat. You can put your forehead towards the mat. My hands are reaching towards the corners of the mat, and I have the lower half just being very steady. Feet are pressing into the mat to help with balance. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly come up onto all fours, tabletop. I'm going to bring our right arm up, and we're going to thread the needle. Arm comes down, ear meets the mat, shoulder meets the mat, and your left hand is actually helping guide your chest open. Bottom half stays exactly as it was. Slowly come up, de-thread the needle, come back down. Go to the left and come down. Notice shoulder, ears flush against the mat, bottom half 90 degree, almost 90 degree, and I have my feet flush to the mat. Breathe. De-thread the needle. Hands come down. Come back up into downward facing dog, Adha Mukha Shavasana. We'll walk towards the front of the mat, forward fold, grab my two big toes with my peace fingers, and I'm going to allow my elbows to go out towards 45-degree angle, dropping my head. Slight bend in my knees and allow my back to release. Halfway lift, slowly rolling up. Extend my legs going towards the front, the short ends of the mat, and drop down into Standasana. Now, one of my knees is tighter than the other lately, and you'll see the difference. This knee is tighter, and as I walk to go to the other side, you'll notice I can drop down further on my left. It's a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect. I keep working at it. Gently come up. Bring your feet in towards each other. We're going to come down, drop into a modified Malasana yogi squat. So instead of me binding my hands or coming up into Anjali Mudra, which is prayer, I've decided to just let my arms roll beside me, let my shoulders drop, palms are facing up towards the ceiling, and breathe. Slowly bring my hips up, forward fold, bring those feet together, breathe, roll yourself up. We're going to face the front of the mat and come down into plank. Now with this plank, I want you to make sure you engage all of your toes. Grab that pinky toe and make sure you go forward and backward. The key to this is making sure that your arms are straight. Slight bend in the elbow. Core is tight. We're going to come up into pigeon. Now, modified would be to have your leg going closer towards your body. More advanced is going straight out. I've decided in this vinyasa, I'd like to sit straight up fully into pigeon and not go down to the ground. My back leg is relaxed, and the most important thing, hips need to be even. Bring my foot back. Left foot comes to the front. Notice how I adjust my legs, and I'm adjusting my hips to make sure that I do not hurt myself. Come up and breathe. You want to make sure you don't roll over one side to the other. The trick is the balancing between the two. Breathe. It's also about feeling comfortable and confident that you can do these asanas. I'm going to come back out. Left foot meets right. I'm going to roll back down into balasana, child's pose. Doing the traditional version again, it really feels wonderful to let your shoulders just roll open in that version of balasana. I'm going to come up into kneeling. Slowly, I want to give my chest more of an opening, let my head drop. My hands are facing the front of the mat. Bottom half is heavy, and I'm really focused on my upper back and my neck, my shoulders, getting a good opening there. Breathe through your nose, in your nose, out your nose. I'm going to slide myself going forward. I'm going to kick my left foot up and grab it with my right hand. Breathe. Now, what usually happens is you'll want to let your leg go straight out, give it a nice counter extension. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, the trick is that you want to make sure you're not having your knee go in towards your body. You want it aligned with your hip. Breathe. Use your bottom foot to help with balance. Same thing with your arm. Extend your foot out, counter stretch. Flex your feet. Feet come in together. Go towards the front of the mat and roll. Roll yourself down onto your back. Arms come behind, above my head, moving into recline bound angel. You can slowly move your hips back and forth. Make sure your back is flat to the mat. My arms are in cactus. You can have your hands on your heart and on your belly. This is the vibe and the energy I was going with, and I hope that it is a vibe and energy that you flow with. Breathe in and out your nose as you come to stillness. Your hands help guide your knees back. Take a pause here. I'm going to scoop myself up and come up into seated. Wide-legged seated pose. Move the fleshy parts from underneath you. Hands come above your head. Reach for the sky, but let your shoulders relax. Turn using your torso towards the left and breathe in and out your nose. You should feel no strain here. Your hands should be super light. Bring yourself back around. Switch which foot was forward. Challenge is doing it while your hands are still in the air. Twist towards the right at using your torso. Hands are light. You should really feel this going, that full twist towards from your torso up through your shoulders. It's lovely. Hands come above your head. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to go ahead and unfold our legs and start to come back with balance into low boat. Now, the challenge for me, and it may be one for you, is to start to straighten your legs fully out. This is a lot of concentration and a lot of breathing and focus. Gently have your feet come down, kissing the mat. Yay, you. Move into Gomukhasana. Knees are stacked on top of each other. The closer you bring your feet in towards you, the less intense. The further you have them out, more intense. Breathe. It is your knees that are meeting and stacked on top of each other. When you reach up, you're reaching up through your torso, up through your hips, and then over. Same thing when you come up. Hands come behind me, and I'm going to switch legs. Just like that. Yep, just that. Yep, you saw me. You saw me. Do the same thing. Come up and over. Breathe. Your goal is to have your hips be flat to the mat, even with your legs being in cow-facing Gomukhasana pose. That may take time in adjusting your hips. It's more important that you're in the asanas correctly. Let yourself come out of Gomukhasana, move into Dandasana, staff pose. Flex your feet. Breathe. Cross your feet. Let your hips fall open. Hand comes up and over. Your arm needs to be right by your ear. You should be looking underneath your armpit up towards the sky. Without stopping, immediately flow to the other side. Same thing. You can have your hand, the hand that's down can be up further or closer to the mat. It depends on your comfort. Going to come up and then go straight into a forward bend. My hands gently touching each other, and my forehead is kissing the carpet, kissing the floor, making sure that my hips are level and heavy. Gently roll up, hands towards the sky. Slowly, as you round your back, come down. I'm going to adjust myself and, ooh, Shavasana. Let your legs meet each corner of the mat. Head is flat. You're going to gently tilt your neck so you can have your neck be flat. Gently pull your shoulders underneath you. Hands are flat, facing the air, and breathe in and out of your nose. In and out. Let's do a full body stretch. These are lovely. I love it. It wakens my body. It makes me feel good. And I hope it makes you feel good. Roll over into fetus. Come up into seated. We did it. Great practice. Great vinyasa. Great, great, great. I am so glad we made it through. Bring your hands together into Anjali Mudra. Drop comments. Let me know how you like the practice. I am Sunny Laluz, and I hope to see you again soon. Enjoy your day. Namaste.